I'm Ted Keys, your host and top freight agent training expert here in Southern California. This topic comes from my 30 plus years of business, sales, and freight moving success. Watch, learn, and apply it. You'll move more freight efficiently, effectively, effortlessly, and make more money financially. And call me at 626-309-9141 with any questions. Now explode your business with...
Guys, hello and welcome to my Tuesday training call. Again, I'm Ted Keys, your host and top freight sales training expert.
Today, I'll show you how to move more freight efficiently, effectively, and effortlessly so you make more money financially. And after the call today, go to my website, tedkeysonline.com, to hear more of my podcasts, read more of my blog posts, watch more of my videos, and while you're there, visit my Freight Sales Success Store for top-notch freight moving products to explode your business today. And if you have any questions today, any questions regardless of what it is, or specifically, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales, freight broker training, then give me a call, Ted Keys. I'm at 626-309-9141.
Today's topic is how you overcome freight sales setbacks. How you overcome freight sales setbacks. For those of you that are on my call today and you're on my contact list, just go to any one of those email invites that you got today, scroll to the bottom, and we're going to go over those free attachments that I provided for you today. Just go ahead and print them out if you haven't already. If you are not on my contact list, just go to my website, Ted Keys, K-E-Y-E-S, online.com. Upper right hand corner of any page, just enter your contact details. That will allow you to get on my list and receive your weekly email invite to this and every call. But again, for those of you that are on my list, go ahead and bring up those attachments as we go over how you overcome freight sales setbacks today. Let me first of all start out by giving you a definition of the word. I mean, it could apply to both words, situation or setback. Situation or setback. And that is, the definition of situation or setback is the departure from an ideal scene. A departure from an ideal scene. For those of you that are on the call, for those of you that are watching me on video today, how many times has there been a departure from an ideal scene, either in your life or in your freight sales business or any business that you're running? Well, I can tell you right now, it happens all of the time. You're on your way, you're doing something, and then you get departed, or something takes you this way, something takes you that way. I will tell you right now, this happens continually in business, and it certainly happens in your freight sales business. That's where we're going to talk about how you overcome these freight sales setbacks or situations that pop up, basically recurrently throughout the day. Let me give you an example. One example is you got a ton of loads to post and you've got no carriers calling you. That's a situation, that's a setback. Or nobody's giving you loads, and for the one or two loads that you post, you have all these carriers calling you, wishing, boy, I wish I had more loads to post. And I'll tell you right now, if you have few loads to post, it's because you're not out there connecting with the marketplace. But either way, let's talk about how you overcome these freight sales setbacks. And there are many that happen throughout the course of your day. For example, there's employee challenges. Now, I will say this: when we get going as a freight sales entrepreneur, we don't have employees. It's just us. However, when you build yourself up and you build your business up to one employee, that is a sign of true growth. That's a sign of true growth when you actually bring an employee into your business, into your office, and you teach them how to cover loads, how to negotiate rates, things like that. That is a sign of true progress. But I'll guarantee this: when that happens, you will have situations with your employee. You're going to have setbacks with that employee as they come into your office day after day after day. Another example, hey, I'm not saying this will happen to everybody, but you could have a lawsuit. I mean, lawsuits come in various forms. Why will you have a lawsuit? I have no idea, but it can happen. That's an example of a setback. There's economic swings. Right now, we are in an upswing right now here in October of 2017. We're in an upswing. How can I say that? Because there's a tremendous amount of freight right now, and there's more freight than there are trucks. That's a setback. That's a situation. Customers are saying, yes, I've got all these loads, you post them, and very few carriers call you. Why is that? It's because carriers have the upper hand right now. There's national and global events, as if we don't have those all the time. And when you watch the news, you're going to see them all the time. There's competition, and again, it comes in various forms. However, I will say this: when you have these situations of economic swings and these events and competitions, do your best to avoid them. Your goal is to avoid these things as much as you can. And here's another example of a setback. Hey, illness. You could get sick. A family member could get sick. Either way, that's an example of a setback. Something comes in, you're rolling along, something comes in, and it takes your attention away from building your business. My main question to you is this: are you ready for these? Are you ready for these setbacks? And are you ready for these situations that come in? You see, for whatever reason, and I can say this because I see it all the time, it's not a bad thing, it's a great thing. But most freight sales agents who have their first goal when they first come into the industry of bringing their brand, what is their brand? Their brand is them. That is your brand. Your brand to the marketplace is you. When they bring their brand to the freight marketplace and embrace, they embrace this sense of optimism that frequently causes them to grossly misjudge what it takes to continue in this project that they just overtook. What does that mean? What did I just say? What it means is when most freight sales agents, most brokers, when they finally get going and off the ground, they have this tremendous optimism when they get in. Not only do they have this optimism, a lot of them think that business is going to come to them. For a freight broker, hey, I got my MC here. Why isn't the phone ringing? They have this tremendous optimism, and that's the first setback that they witness. Hey, I've got my MC number. I'm ready to roll. I've got my phones all hooked up here. Why isn't the phone ringing? That's an example of a setback. Now, that's their own doing, but it's an example of a setback. It's failure on their part, and they're going to learn that, hey, the phone's not going to ring unless I pick up the phone and make it ring. So, guys, while the enthusiasm for your new freight sales business is important, you can't forget that one important fact, which is, here's the most important fact, one of the most important facts that I can tell you guys. That is, your freight prospects, your freight customers, they're just not as enthusiastic about your marketing project, i.e. your new business, your new freight broker, your new freight agent business, because they don't know who you are yet. They don't know who you are yet. They don't know who you are to begin with, but when I throw in that word yet, They don't know you yet because you haven't contacted them yet. But this is a great idea of a setback. So many freight agents and brokers, they come into this thinking that it's going to be easy. And I'll tell you this, as the creator and runner of many businesses, no business is easy. I'll tell you that right now. None of them are easy. Don't think that, hey, I'm going to go that way and start that business. I'm going to go that way and start that business. And these businesses, hey, they're over there. I don't know how to run them, but it's going to be easy for me. Don't ever, ever, ever take that attitude. No business is easy to run. Your potential market, all right, your potential market is likely just starting to wrap its head around your opportunity that you're presenting to them. I mean, again, this is all a matter of digging in and getting your feet into the market. There's the there's the possibility of apathy, which is that there won't be any interest whatsoever in your freight service. But if that's the case, it's only because you haven't picked up this instrument called the telephone and get on it and call the marketplace. Apathy is when, nobody takes an interest in you. However, if there's apathy, it's because you just haven't done anything to make it happen. Now, guys, through all this, I'm not being pessimistic. I'm not saying that this can't be done. It can only be done by really having an optimistic mind. But here's what I'm doing. I'm preparing right now to tackle your freight. I'm preparing to tell you right now that you have to tackle your freight business as if your life depended on it. Because in reality, your life does depend on it. Your freight business will not grow if you don't put life into it. If you don't inject it with your life, it's just not going to grow. And as it grows, you're going to have these setbacks, you're going to have these situations, but the biggest one is where you come in thinking that because you've set up shop, because you've got telephone lines now, you've got a printer, you've got a computer, you just think your business is going to grow. That will set you back. That will set you back. So, and moving on here to the second page of my attachment there, what do you do? All right? No, really, what do you do? How do you overcome these setbacks that occur? And again, that's just one setback. As you get going, as I said earlier, you'll have setback after setback. Okay, it could be with anything. A truck doesn't show up. A truck says they'll do your load for you. You send out the rate con, and then the truck, just like I just said, truck doesn't show up, doesn't even tell you. That is a setback. That's a situation. How do you overcome these things? Well, there's two things, all right? There's two things that you have to continually do in your freight sales business to keep it growing and to keep it moving along. The first thing that you do is you operate as if you're being recorded as a model, okay? Operate as if you've got the video camera on you right now, just like I do. Operate as if you're being recorded as a model by which your children and your grandchildren will learn how to succeed in life. If that's not a great mindset to have, I don't know what is. Operate like the video camera is on you day after day after day, and you're being recorded as a model of how to succeed in business and in life. That's the first thing. That's a mindset thing, okay? You've got to incorporate that into your mind, but really, from the somewhere behind you, there's a camera on you constantly recording how you become successful in this profession. That's the first thing. Second thing you do, and again, these are mindset answers. These deal with mindset. Second thing you do is you operate as if you're a champion athlete. You're a champion athlete who's getting his last opportunity to claim his or her pages in the history books. So one thing is, hey, you're operating as if you're a model where a camera is following you around and the camera is recording for those that you love on how you become successful in life. That's the first thing. The second thing is operate as an athlete like this is the last opportunity you have to win the Super Bowl. Now, let me give you an example. Peyton Manning was a great quarterback for anywhere from 15 to 20 years. I don't know the exact amount of years. I believe it was 18. He had won a Super Bowl with Indy, but his last season with the Denver Broncos, it was his last season. He operated in that season as if it would be his last. And what happened? He ended up winning a Super Bowl. Now, did it just happen? No, it didn't happen. He had to prepare, he had to take action, he had to play the game to make it happen, and that's what you have to do as well. Let me just give you a story of my own. My sport was wrestling. I wrestled in junior high, I wrestled in high school, I wrestled even in college. But a year after college, or let me just backtrack a little bit. One thing about the sport of wrestling is after college, you had these tournaments. They were called old timers tournaments. Now, my last year in college, I was in my early 20s, but that last tournament that I ever wrestled in was at an old timers tournament. And I had the mindset that, hey, this is the last tournament that I will ever participate in. Hence, when I participated, I ended up winning the MVP trophy, the most valuable wrestler in the tournament. Now again, this is older guys that have been out of competition for a while, yet it was still competitive. I operated, I wrestled, I took action as if this would be my last tournament. And that's what you have to do in your freight sales business. You have to operate as if, hey, this is the only business I have, there are no other options, and dang it, when these setbacks and these situations occur, I will overcome them. So much of this is a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing, guys. The great common denominator of all winners is that they see every action through to completion. Every single action that they do, it's through to completion. So hence my mantra that you'll see in so many of my my postings, so many of my my podcasts, my videos, my blog posts. Never, ever, ever, ever quit. The first time you quit is the only time that your freight sales business goes right down the tube, and anything you've built up to that point is basically a waste. Winners see everything through to completion. My only question is, are you a winner or are you not a winner? Because winners see everything through to completion. This is the type of outlook that's required and that you must have to win in your freight sales business. So in reality, how do you overcome freight sales setbacks? You overcome it with the right attitude that you will solve this setback, you're going to solve the situation, and you're going to keep moving on regardless of what the setback is. Your success, guys, is the result of relentless actions taken over time, over long periods of time, not over short periods of time, over long periods of time. And I'll say this, for those of you that are just beginning, this is a new skill that you must develop. That's why I'm here to help. That's why I'm here to assist you, and that is my goal to do that. Why? Because I have some experience in the field. I've been an athlete, and I've been a business owner in several successful businesses. Great topic today. Again, that topic was how you overcome freight sales setbacks. How you overcome freight sales setbacks. For those of you that have gotten on my call today, thanks for joining me today on my Tuesday training call. I'll be here again next Tuesday, same time, 2 p.m. Pacific time and 5 p.m. Eastern time on my Tuesday training call. Take care. God bless you all. I'll see you all again next Tuesday on my Tuesday training call. Bye-bye.
When you arrive at my Freight Sales Success Store today, you'll see a host of products available there for purchase. First one you'll see available is my flagship product. That is my Freight Sales Success Guide, typically for beginner and struggling freight agents. If you're searching for that daily motivation to set goals, to achieve them, to pick up the phone daily and connect and build relationships with the marketplace, then opt for my Freight Sales Success Quotes. And if you're searching for those specific skills, and there are many skills, many individual skills required to be successful in this profession, then opt for my Freight Sales Success skill. I highly recommend each one of these products, available for purchase today in my Freight Sales Success store. Do you have any questions again? Do you have any questions about today's call? Or more importantly, are you ready for my top producing one-on-one personal freight sales, freight broker training? Then give me, Ted Keys, a call. I'm at 626-309-9141. Great topic for today. Take these skills, apply them. You'll be amazed at what happens to your results.